And welcome back, everyone, to GSA's 16-star league. We've got a big one for you today. Biinny versus Akki. I'm Electric, and here co-commenting with me is Bedronis. Bedronis, man, how are you feeling going into this race?
I think this is going to be one of the most exciting matches in the entirety of the 16-star D1 league because, you know, if you were to pick one, you'd obviously pick Akki because he is like the robot, the indestructible phenom who just pulls out like 15-20s sometimes, and you know, only a couple people in the world have even had a PB that good. So he's just a ridiculous competitor, and we're so it's so fun to have him in the league. But Biinny is someone who is actually potentially someone who could take games off of Akki. I don't know about win the series. It takes some really stellar gameplay to do that, but you know, Biinny got a good PB back in the day. I think it's still like a 38, 1538, but also he's someone who is a huge veteran. He's been playing longer than Akki. I mean, Aki's only like 16 anyway. But you know, with that said, Biinny has a lot of consistency, and I think he will actually be able to punish mistakes that Akki makes.
I can definitely agree with that. Aki's got his work cut out for him for sure. I mean, a lot of people may be looking at this like, if you've seen Aki's gameplay before, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, back in the 16-star Invitational that Simply held, the finals were between Lunar Jump and Akki, and I believe Akki took it 3-0, even with Lunar Jump getting a 15 in the third game. So, I mean, anyone that can manage to do 3 15s in a row in a race situation, I mean, they're not someone to be messed with. But if anyone's gonna mess with them, I really think it's Biinny.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which
Lunar
we've got
actually got a 15 like 50 something, but Akki got a 15-19 in that race, or what he retimed it to, which is bonkers.
Just ridiculous. I mean, the record is a 15:08, so managing to stay 11 seconds off of world record in an SM64 category in a race. Like, come on. What game does that happen in?
Sometimes Odyssey, but like, I know that was rhetorical. It's so rare to see an SM64 happen, though.
Yeah, never forget that frame perfect tie back in Odyssey. I don't think anyone will ever be able to forget that, even if they tried.
I feel bad for Stravos though, because he was so far ahead. He's probably just like hates getting that brought up like every time someone mentions Odyssey. But you know what? Come on, you let us have this one.
Yeah, it must be kind of the equivalent of that for normies, that Super Bowl where the Falcons blew like a, I don't even know how huge lead.
I think it was like 28-3 or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and first Super Bowl in overtime. But now's time for the big boy sports, and as we see, now wait a minute, it looks like Biinny, for some reason, deciding to opt for English. What's going on with that? That is a strange decision.
I'm pretty sure he has the Japanese card. I don't know why he wouldn't be using it. Maybe he actually just doesn't have a Japanese, or it isn't working. Speed police out here.
Yeah, we hear him coming in. They see Biinny. They see Biinny with that American cart. They're sirening up. They're going, wait, what? See, normally the speed police are out to keep people from going too fast, but today they're out to make people pay who are going too slow. And we see Akki already with just some stellar movement through Dark World, not going for Zaya Cycle, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, this is like the only league where I think, you know, going for Zaya Cycle is justifiable. But even so, you know, we score these based off of match wins as well. So if you know, really want to maximize your points, like, you know, getting a 3-0 versus a 2-1 is pretty big. So, like, you'd be fine if you're good at it, but at the same time, you know, if you are just trying to win as many games as possible, this is the one stage where you really want to make sure you get through and don't mess up.
Exactly right. I mean, when you talk about these strats and people feeling comfortable, confident with them, when you start getting into the strats required to make Zaya Cycle, that's where you start reaching the territory where, honestly, nobody is comfortable saying that they're 100% consistent with that. Nobody in the world. And that's just wild. You have your beginner strats, your big boy
People
strats,
are
and then you
for
just
Zaya,
got.
but
Well, I don't
like
think you could
it
find
will never
someone
be
that.
exactly 100%.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
People
I
say,
don't think Shig is effectively a given for most of these top runners. As long as they don't make any major
yeah.
mistakes. But for so many of them, Zaya is just untouchable. They just won't bother with it in a race, and I don't blame them. But we've got both our guys now. Looks like Biinny actually taking care of at least some of that deficit already.
Aki actually ran into Bowser and took a bit of damage, which let Biinny take the lead. So Biinny, getting through Dark World actually ahead of Aki, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah, and I mean, he's going to want to hold on to this lead with all he's got. With all the gameplay we've seen from Aki, he's going to take everything out of his book in order to try to stop Biinny from taking this game one. Already, though, both Owlus, both clean, effectively in sync. Let's hope that we're not having a repeat of that one situation and we're just watching two screens slightly delayed. But, the Japanese text on Aki's side kind of tells us that that's not the case.
Yeah.
They're going in now. Let's see what they decide to do for their cannonless here.
Biinny actually going for the ledge grab where Aki's going to go for texture. This could save a bit of time here. They're actually switching the lead. Both of them getting cannonless, but Aki actually taking the lead, but only just.
Now, after maybe I've just watched Zaya do 16 runs too many times, but I'm a tad surprised Aki didn't go for OG. I mean, in something like a first round situation, and especially knowing that the other player, it's kind of funny when they were asked if they were ready, Biinny just simply said, "As I'll ever be." So, knowing
he knows who he's playing.
But what I'm saying is that Aki, knowing the sort of skill mismatch in a way, I'm surprised he didn't go for a strat like that could have really solidified a lead for him. But I also don't blame him. I mean, we see him walking away from Womps with a good lead.
I mean,
yeah, with texture setup being found.
But there's no point. There's just no point.
Maybe I'm just thinking that because of that earlier run with a OG cannonless for no good reason. That was just weird.
Yeah, usually if someone goes for OG, it's either they're feeling really desperate or they're just kind of like, they don't care, they just want to have some fun and show off, so. Had the Lunar Jump Para race in the D1 16-star Invitational for the Big Simp one, and they both went for OG. They just both agreed, like, hey, I'm gonna go for, like, Tsukishima Cycle, OG Cannonless, we're just gonna, like, put on a show. But, like, in a competitive, like, race setting where your main goal is to just beat the other person, it's not really gonna fly.
Yeah, and that's certainly fair. And I mean, maybe Aki is kind of valuing up Biinny. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if, from Aki's perspective, he knows that Biinny is a player that could very easily walk away with a game or even two.
Yeah, Biinny hasn't really messed up at all. Like, Aki's barely in the lead, but, Biinny did the slow cannonless.
Here's Aki's first big mistake, though. A death in SSL due to that fly guy. Oh, man. This could be big for Biinny. Let's see if he can take this momentum all the way to the end now. He is a star ahead. So he's already done his plus. He has talent now.
You would not have expected that.
Not at all. I mean, that was a hard left. He was very far away from that fly guy.
So Biinny almost getting served up on a plate, an opportunity to take down the Titan of 16-star in a race. And, Aki could probably bring it back, but Biinny, this is what I'm talking about. He's really consistent so far. He hasn't made any mistakes. His SSL has been pretty clean. And it's not like a world record pace run, but he'll get there.
Oh, no doubt.
Or he'll get it done if you let him.
Ooh, and Aki missing that top of the pyramid star. Not sure why he thought that dive would work where it
very
was.
Uncharacteristic from him. Maybe he's actually feeling nervous. Someone like Aki's probably just, like, why he's so robotic. He just is so confident in everything he does through the massive amount of repetition. But against Biinny, maybe he's starting to sweat. Like, this is someone who's been there since the days of Siglemic. He's actually been playing for a really long time. Aki maybe looks up to him. You never know. There's all kinds of factors that I can't really know because he's Japanese and probably won't be coming in for an interview, so
yeah, he has confirmed that he will not be coming in for an interview. Could also be a time differential. Not sure what time it is in Japan. And as chat's pointing out, the robot has been malfunctioning at least a little bit. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pull out Simp's robot voice, but you know, Mario.exe may need a bit of
I'm
a
just
restart.
thinking of Simply there. Like, oh, the robot, it's not working! And then just doing
Beep
the
boop.
voice mod, like... gotta love voice mod.
Absolutely. Just like
Aki
you gotta
here,
love this
you
elevator
notice?
strat.
Yeah, I was pointing out, you know, we'll probably see Biinny go for lava boost. But, you know, actually, I don't know. He could go for elevator. Oh, yeah, okay. Elevator, it is. No lava boost coming out from either of them. You actually see this pretty often in 16 star because in a race setting, lava boost is a massive time loss if you fail it and doesn't really save much at all. So if elevator is much more consistent, it makes sense. It's one of the things where Aki does in races as opposed to PB attempts where you can really tell. Because everything else he just does normally because he's so good at it. But that's one thing where you do see him change his game plan.
And you look at that triple jump that Aki did, and like the precision that he left that ramp with just told you that he'd already got it. I didn't need to watch the rest of the jump. Biinny with that nice triple jump too, but I mean, both
He
of them
taking 2 burns here. He's actually in danger with 2 HP. In a race I commentated earlier, he actually died to this star. If he burns again, he will die. So he's got to be very careful not getting a side flip there. This bully is super threatening right now, but he'll close it out. You know, very scary here when you're on 3 HP or less.
You know, he's wanting to make sure the bully is deep fried, so he's positioning that metal grate over top of him. I can see it. Meanwhile, Biinny, very nice. I believe that's actually the emergency exit star, correct? Yeah. It's hard to keep track of which star is which in HMC name-wise, just because that you don't do anything related to their names. Like, watch for Rolling Rocks, I guess, but especially like Dory in the Cavern or whatever the star's name is. Like, we just call it triple box jump. There's what does the original name have anything to do with how we do this star now?
Yeah.
Which I think that's such a cool thing that so many of the stars in this game have just been broken beyond belief as compared to their original counterpart of how you're supposed to do them. Ooh, Toast Rider RNG. Wait, did you say a different name? Have there been 2 people that have just been bodied by those boulders?
No, I just said bad RNG. Bad
oh, okay. RNG. I thought you said Toast Rider, and I was like, wait, hold on.
So Aki's got 2 more stars. Biinny's only got 1. So, like, a really good run for Aki would probably be wrapping up HMC right now. Biinny's a little bit behind, but he's got his triple box jump, and he's gonna wrap it up with a 10:38. So, not too shabby.
Yep, and Aki a full start behind. Now, this is mission critical point for Biinny. He's got to get this MIPS grab first try. Got to do well in Fire Sea. Okay, so he's got MIPS in his hands. Okay, now these clips can be a bit of a pain, but as much as Biinny's been around, I'm pretty sure he's got them in the bag. But certainly not over yet. You've got the 50-star door. You've got
He was
Fire
rushing
Sea.
it. Now he's going a bit too slow. I don't know what he's doing. This is a bad angle for Biinny. Maybe you kind of curse it because I don't think he knows what he's doing. Aki is so fast and Mips could. Biinny, put the bunny down. Aki's going to take the lead here.
Oh no, and he got through, but then dropped the rabbit on the other side. No.
Look at Aki, so consistent here. Biinny does not know what he's doing, and Aki's back in the lead. You know, Biinny's window might be shut.
Oh, but Biinny right on his tail.
Cam? How did Biinny do the wall jump in Mario Cam?
I have no idea. That was actually, I believe, a cheat prevention, correct? The Mario Cam?
Not in an area that would affect gameplay. I mean, people do it in Mario Cam C down, but he just did it in the straight up, looking straight over Mario's hat. You know, the way that Mario Cam C up is so close to you. It's so weird. Aki going for front sub, Biinny going for back sub, so if Aki can pull this off, Biinny's gonna lose even more time here in the DDD segment.
Yep, and Aki with that just glorious... Oh my god! I don't think I've ever seen anyone do front sub in that specific way. And you may be like, well, why is that weird? Because I think he actually reduced the lag a pretty considerable amount. Yeah, that certainly looked a lot faster than most front subs I've seen.
Now pole glitch cut off for Aki. But a
Nope,
B
not
press, I don't, maybe he realized he missed it, but a really fast backup. He can still make early cycle. Biinny getting the pole glitch, and he's right on Aki's tail.
We've
Oh,
got
but
ourselves a
ledge grab's
close
gonna,
race, folks.
oh, Biinny's gonna have to hurry up now. This is gonna really hurt him. Will he be able to make the early cycle?
And it's looking like nope, definite nope with that rollout failure.
Wow, Biinny could have
that-
really taken the lead.
That like frame of rage pause too says it all. So both of them
That's
having to
really
wait that full
unfortunate.
cycle. Aki a few seconds ahead, but that's just it, a few seconds. Now, it really comes down to the rest of, I mean, obviously it comes down to the rest of the match, but stuff like the 50 star door BLJs, the actual performance in bits, because bits without reds is certainly terrifying for, I believe Biinny has done a huge amount of 120 star. He may be a 70 main, but I know that one of his biggest things has also been 120, and so
I don't
that
think
bits
he runs
movement.
much 120 actually.
Really? Okay, I must be thinking of someone else then.
Maybe he did a long time ago, but at least not anytime recently. But both of them getting the throw, and you know, it'd be hard pressed to beat Aki's BLJs, but you know, even someone like him, aka the robot, you know, might have a missed input every now and then. It's almost like you have to say, maybe Aki won't get a first stare completely nuts BLJ. It's like that's what we expect from him. He's so good at it.
Right,
So,
I mean,
everyone
for
watch
most
Aki.
players, yeah. Let's keep our eyes on the screen to see what exactly is going to happen here.
Oh, a side flip though. That might actually affect his speed. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, no. Aki's got it anyway.
Yeah, third try grab there. I think I was
Biinny
trying
can
to say
make
the
it
word.
up.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
can
gotten
make it
through.
through.
Wow. Okay, endless staircase BLJs now. This is the easier of the two, as long as you can get that grab.
We got a race, folks. Aki's still in the lead, but Biinny can probably get this one.
Biinny could make up some decent time on the endless staircase. Gonna be losing a little bit compared to Aki's
Right.
entrance, but oh no,
Oh,
dropping
no,
the BLJ
invisible.
too quickly. This time around, he's high enough up, but Aki just making short work of the the sky right now. And
Aki's gonna need to fall down here.
yeah, he's gonna need to miss this right side, which nope, no way. God, that jump is, I'm sure most of you can probably tell at home too, but you're having to wall jump from under an awning. So it's like you're using a wall that only extends as far as this awning, and somehow you need to be far enough to the right of that wall that you can just pop up over that awning. And we see here with Biinny just not being quite far enough on that edge, you can't pop up. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, get the bonk. And that might seal race number 1 for Aki. Gonna be a low 16 if he can hit this throw, and he does. So Biinny had an opportunity, and he lost it to Mib's clip. That's really what happened.
Yep, and the first one,
maybe-
no less. I mean, that one can be really, really finicky, especially if you don't get it that first try like you're expecting.
Yeah, maybe Biinny just out of practice. You never know, because it looked like he had no idea what he was supposed to be doing there.
Well, it looked more to me like, because I believe the strat is just like you're trying to press yourself against that right-hand corner. And it looked like he was trying for it, but just wasn't getting the visual cue that he was looking for whatever reason.
Well, the cue you can either use is the top right corner of Mario's hat, or you can use the bunny's shadow. And when Biinny's going at the door at like a 45-degree angle, first of all, you can't use the hat visual cue. The bunny shadow cue is going to be a lot more precise, and you're just giving yourself a much harder time lining it up, where you're supposed to actually just get a mostly straight up angle, but then you're just like kind of flicking the stick rather than actually just gliding it forward, as you saw Aki do, where he just kind of slides in position and hits the clip. So yeah, Biinny really lost a lot of time there.
Okay, so a 34-second deficit from Biinny. Can he clinch either of these next two races? I mean, from that first showing, if Aki has a minor meltdown again at some point, Biinny could very well pull it through. Everything except that MIPS clip and beyond was just stellar from Biinny. Wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it didn't need to be. So we
Well,
got
they
our
both
guys.
messed up Fire C, which is pretty key in 16 star. I mean, it is for every category, but you know, neither of them got early cycle.
Yeah, and even if Aki maintains a
room for
pretty
improvement.
significant lead, just getting that early cycle from Biinny's side could make a huge difference.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
So now we're getting into race number 2, where for our point system, the winner of the set gets an additional bonus point, which means the only possible spreads are 4-0 and 3-1. So if Biinny can win this race, then we'll actually have 2 points up for grabs in the final race, where if Aki can take this one, he'll be guaranteed 3 and only just be playing for 1 more. So, you know, Biinny really wants to put his best foot forward here.
Right, I mean, Biinny can walk away from here either with 3 or 1, if that, and this is going to determine at least one of those points.
Yeah.
So, yet again, both of them with a very nice Lakitu skip. Let's see how the LBLJ goes. Aki, okay, not getting that BLJ the first time around. Biinny able to make it. Oh, but then walking back outside. That's bad. This is very bad for Biinny at the moment.
Yeah, Aki just can keep moving through Dark Road, but getting burned.
This
Bit
could be
weird,
our
but it was
spaghetti
'cause it
race,
was
folks.
beginning. Aki can still make Shig.
Oh yeah, the burn there at the beginning is not super terrible, mainly because Mario's running speed while burned is decently quick, but it's from Biinny's side though. I mean, oh, what was that?
Aki again, the missed Shig.
Oh,
Ladies and
taking a
gents,
death
this
in
is
Dark
huge.
World. Biinny is in the lead now. Oh man, this is big. This is big. Wow.
Aki trying to rush it there. He hit the slowed part of the spike in this middle island that Biinny's about to long jump to now. But then on the turnaround, see how careful Biinny is. Aki just went for the jump anyway and was not able to get the kick. He dove and bonked, and that's all she wrote. Now Aki's got to come from far behind. You know, Biinny's almost done with Dark Road already. And this is a big spaghetti fest.
Did you see Aki there with that ledge grab that almost killed him again?
I don't
He
think
ledge
that
grabbed.
kills you.
Well, I think if the platform slides over your hands, it makes Mario fall off, doesn't it?
I think it pushes you up, but I could be wrong.
Definitely need someone in chat to comment on that, because I know in, for instance, Odyssey in Indoor City Hall, if you're hanging off of a platform, because there are platforms that slide beside each other, if you're hanging on the lower one, the upper one can knock you off of it.
That makes sense.
So I wonder if the same thing happens here. Maybe not. Who knows? But either way, Biinny is a full Bowser fight up, fade-ins and all. This is incredible. This is just okay, Biinny, he's got the lead a lot earlier on now. Let's see what he can do with it this time around. That's really the big question.
So, Aki gonna wrap up Dark Road with a 338. So, probably about 50 seconds worse than like a really good like PB attempt, or like a really good Shig cycle for like a PB attempt. This would be 248. Now Biinny's already doing Owless. Will that work? Yep, he's in there.
Beautiful strat, just beautiful. Not even needing to really clip through the fence, it looks like.
Yeah, Biinny can probably match Aki on the stars for the most part, maybe be a little bit slower. But like overall, you know, he's not gonna lose more than like 5 seconds in terms of like actual speed. It's really just the 16 exclusive stuff, like the MIPS clip, where Aki's gonna shine the most. And with the Death and Dark World, he's gonna have to bide his time and wait for that opportunity.
And chat pointing out, if the sliding platforms we were talking about, you were correct. The platform forces a slow get up rather than a kill. And someone in chat mentioning that they think the timers are desynchronized because of the start. Biinny is playing on the English version of this game, which has a slower intro. And I'm honestly really not sure why he's playing on English, because JP is faster for this category entirely. He probably just didn't feel like changing out the English cart, mainly a 70-star runner. So who knows with that one. But yes, the timers are synchronized. That intro weird discrepancy was just because of the version difference, and that's it. So yeah, Biinny already making his way down to the basement now. This could be a bit of a moment of truth for him, how exactly his plus goes, and really all of SSL. And Aki gonna be meeting him down there.
Yeah, so the lead's actually not too great for Biinny because he did miss up LBLJ, but hopefully he can maintain his position throughout HMC. So these 3 stages are going to be Biinny's best bet to actually keep or continue to increase lead over Aki. That's not going to help. Getting that bomb on a dive, he's going to have to throw it away, and he's going to have to grab shining atop the pyramid here. Not really what you want to see. Aki's going to be able to catch up with that.
Yeah, he certainly could. Oh, he very well. Okay, if Aki's first plus goes, he's already in the lead again. 1 plus mistake. And that backup isn't that
Not
slow
quite.
either. But
So
Aki not
Aki
liking
doing the
his
same
bomb
thing.
either. And Biinny, I thought he was throwing away that bomb. He ended up
No,
liking
that's
it.
that's the Binnyless. Oh! How about Deathless though? You know, Biinny not too keen, and he's gonna take a suffocating death. And that's also gonna suffocate the clock as well. Aki gonna have a second chance for plus. Biinny on his 3rd attempt getting a medium bomb. I don't know what he was doing, almost like a Tomapus kind of motion. But Aki is on a good angle, and Binney's taking a second death. I don't know about this. Oh, but Aki's still. What is that backup? I couldn't believe it. And then he fell through the floor like he kicked the quicksand, registering the death. And then, as soon as he makes contact with the ground, it claims his life. I cannot believe that. I've never seen that happen. Electric
I've never
has
seen
lost
that
it.
happen before either.
Suffice to say, we're shocked. Oh!
Jeez, what is happening? What is happening?
Spaghetti race! Let me see some spaghetti in the chat. Let's go.
You
Throw
please,
out your noodles.
somebody
throw out your
send.
sauce. Throw out your clocks.
Somebody sends some form of assistance. The commentator's
your
booth is
mochas.
filling with linguine, just filling with Italian pasta. I don't think we're
Collie
gonna
with
have
the
enough air
chance
left.
Of, yeah, Collie with the
Meatballs.
chance of Mario, dude. Just
God. So both of them, Biinny for sure finally making his way out of SSL. Aki still has a star to how 3 deaths for both, right? Or is it just 3 for Biinny? I know Biinny took like 3 deaths. Aki took 2. That was. I mean, I really hope somebody goes and clips that mistake from Aki falling through the floor there. That was.
I want someone to analyze that.
Because I feel like either what you said is true, or by holding the bomb, he clipped below the floor and hit the death plane.
That could be it as well.
Who even knows? That was just what? Just straight up what, man? So okay, they're both in lethal lava land now. Everyone's got their seatbelts back on, but Aki missing a coin here now. The true Mario malfunction at the moment. You know, before there is maybe just a little bit of a glitch in the system, but now somebody's just pulling out cards. Somebody's just zapping random points on the motherboard. There's some real shenanigans going on this computer. But meanwhile, Biinny, he's showing that the hard work that a human puts in can pay off. I mean, this is man versus machine, and who's winning? Just like all those sappy 80s movies. That's right, it is Biinny the man.
I mean, I know you're talking about 80s movies. I was actually thinking about The Dark Knight because I watched it like a few days ago, and kind of toward the end where they're trying to, I mean, I don't want to get in like look, if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, you should watch it. I'm not gonna like act like you haven't seen the movie. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it at this point.
I actually have
where-
never seen it.
Get this man off
your
my
silence
booth.
speaks
Get him a
volumes.
security.
Oh my God.
Security.
Whoa,
Hey,
hold,
over here.
don't handle me that roughly, okay?
What's this about not watching The Dark Knight?
Well, look, I'm just gonna walk out of here calmly. You don't need to manhandle me. Just like Biinny
Alright,
is
fair enough.
manhandling that triple
Go
jump wall
quietly.
kick. Man.
Alright, so I was gonna say, there's a scene where well the Batman has like the Joker like suspended from like in like a high elevator or something like that, and he's looking at the Joker, and the Joker's like, "You won't kill me out of some self-righteousness or some misplaced sense of self-righteousness, and I won't kill you because you're just too much fun." So I was thinking, like, for this, you know, it's like Biinny's like, or Aki's like, "I won't get plus because of some self-righteous attempt to prove I'm not a robot," and Biinny won't get plus because dying's just too much fun or something like that. I don't know where I was going with it, but like this is just like some maniacal, like, Aki, just save and quit. What is going on? I can't even fathom what is happening in this game. It's like,
what is this race?
like,
what?
seriously.
See,
Biinny's out here like just dropping like 3 deaths to Pillarless. Aki's died twice and save and quit or something like that. I don't even know what to say. Biinny getting bad boulder RNG again, but that's like the least of his worries.
right?
Like,
that's like the only good thing that's happened this run.
oh, he actually avoided the boulder. I just thought he just like lay down and be like, hit me, you know, which is also in the Dark Knight, but you wouldn't get that because you haven't seen it. But like that's pretty much what I'm expecting at this point. Like, just stand up and fight for this game, please.
just something happening, man. This is, man. If you've watched me before, you know that anytime anything big happens, I typically yell. My mouth is just agape this whole time. When Aki took that just ridiculous death in SSL, I didn't say anything because my mouth was just agape. I couldn't say anything.
I think at some point you run out of things to say. Like, the picture, you know, what we're watching just kind of speaks for itself. And Biinny is at Mips Clip again in the lead. This is probably Aki's worst race of his life. So if Biinny's gonna win a race, you know, it had better be this one. Can he get the Mips Clip? That's actually a good placement. Can he grab the bunny?
Okay, so he's got the first one.
Would you believe it?
Aki has a whole other star in HMC, and Biinny instant clip. Okay, the ball is certainly in Biinny's court, but if this match so far has been any indication, he could just do a complete 180 and just fly right back into Aki's racket.
Well, you know, we might actually see a little bit of a return to normalcy. Biinny is swimming in DDD, you know, gonna go for the sub. You know, hopefully there aren't too many variables that could really go wrong here. Aki with a nice punch grab. Let's see if he can pull out a good Mips clip and get himself back in the race, because I don't want to see Aki just like give up and get like a 20-minute time, you know? He can still get like a 17 with this. So Biinny,
high 17 maybe, but I'm thinking it's going to be an 18 from both sides.
well, he's got, I don't know actually. I think
that is in part. That is in part considering from my end some other spaghetti tier mistake occurring. I don't want it to happen, but if this race so far has been any indication, it could. We've got Biinny with a pole glitch. Yeah. Okay, so he's in good prime position for that early cycle. Let's see if he can clutch it out. Very nice sliding there. Beautiful rollouts. These ramps can just be notoriously bad for slowing your speed down from your inability to roll out.
Biinny, what is this lag reduction camera? I don't think he knew what he was doing. He's on 2 HP. He's got to grab these coins. The imp could have actually screwed him there if he landed in the wrong spot. I think he'll be able to make it over to the heart. And,
yeah, so slap that heart. He's
just
using the traditional ending now. Redless bad ending. Okay, this is stuff that I've never seen.
He's burned as well. This is like,
and oh man, getting that like layup type movement on the ground pound completely, or what am I even saying? Just like barely hitting that bomb and killing all of his momentum. This is not Aki's race at all. I'd be very curious.
What?
No! Oh my god! Aki falling underneath the moving platform there. There is no escape, no reprieve, no chance for redemption there. Once you're under there, the game is just gonna suck your life away faster than you can say,
like,
oh no.
It's the lid of a coffin that they just like slide over
Just
your.
slides right over you. Yup, like a stone
Over your
sarcophagus.
body.
Can we see some
And you're
Zeta G
dead.
Onos in the chat? I want to see every form of not like this or Pepe hands. Just anything.
Run ogres.
Please. Just everything. I want this chat to explode because man, it deserves to right now. Biinny
Biinny
is
Ultimate Fire C. Oh, he. Okay, he died. Oh, he didn't. He got burned. He actually was so early. He was able to do the side flip wall kick, which is ridiculous. And that's the good ending you should do if you're Biinny in that case. Just long jump in like a crescent, and just jump dive into the pipe. Don't burn yourself.
well, I think his
Biinny with
cycles
a nice
may have
first
been,
BLG.
his cycles may have been kind
No,
of strange.
it's
but...
not cycle dependent. As long as you
Oh,
can get
okay.
up on
I know
the,
the long gun. I know
wall
the long gun
platform.
we're talking about now. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
Biinny.
then, oh
Instant.
man, these long jumps from Biinny. This is just beautiful. Beautiful gameplay from Biinny in the second half. I think maybe just knowing he has the lead on
Yeah,
Aki
emphasis
is giving
on
him
the
the
second
confidence
half.
boost he needs, but yeah, just
Chad,
on the
we're about to
second
see history made. Someone's actually gonna beat Aki in a race. Possibly. You know, can't say for sure.
Yeah,
But
it's truly not over
possibly.
till it's over, especially after this. Man.
I would make another Dark Knight reference, but I think Electric needs just to see the movie.
I mean, I know about the, like, why does Bane wear the mask, but that's Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
What other memes are there? Where is Harvey Dent? Or whatever.
Well, you know the phrase, you either die a hero or live long enough to see
Yeah,
yourself become
that's
the
from that
villain?
movie too, right? And Biinny
Yeah.
going for that star that doesn't exist. Wow.
Biinny, the hero we need, but not the one we deserve right now. So
Absolutely.
let's
I mean,
see if he can end the robot apocalypse with his
Aki
Bowser
with that
throws.
just-
There's one.
yeah, Aki's BLJ there was beautiful. He must just be going for at least some redemption right now. Nice fast movement. Triple jump dive, very clean.
He's gonna win over Aki. I can't believe it. Aki taking the first L of his young life to the Big Ben. Let me see some brews in the chat because
And a
I think
low
Biinny must have slipped
17
something
at
in
that.
Aki's drink just because of how that whole.
Ooh,
race
and then
went
failing
down.
that moving right side, but barely getting the ledge grab, but not getting
And
it
the
a
bump.
second time.
He's almost gonna die. Okay, at least he held neutral. He probably could have died depending on how you bonk there. I think
Biinny
Aki's just gonna give up and go to the next one almost.
I wouldn't
No,
be
he's gonna
surprised,
finish.
but oh yeah, getting back on top of that elevator. Good sport, good champ here. And that low 17 from Biinny, honestly, with all the stuff that's happened, he took 2 deaths in SSL easy. I know he had the walkout in he's not even gonna watch the credits. He does not deserve the credits, I'm sure is what he's thinking.
Probably.
So let's see here. He lost probably a good 15-20 seconds just to LBLJ failing. So that would put him down to a high 16 then, without all the SSL mistakes. So honestly, aside from the egregious errors, Biinny's had a really good run there.
Yeah, he actually had a good MIPS clip. A pretty bad Fire C ending, but it was better than dying. You know, BLJs were good and Bits was good. So, you know, what more could you really ask? I think we could ask for 16 from him. You know, if you somehow beat Aki with a 17 twice, then I'll just say like you're the luckiest man alive.
Right. I mean
And
that is luck 100 right there.
you
That
know,
is-
sometimes he would say like as a joke, go and buy a lottery ticket. Never buy a lottery ticket in your life. You will never win. You wasted all your luck on the
don't
Mario
play
64
the
match.
lottery. Well, how does that
Yeah,
song go
that
at the end of
too.
that video? I'm
Oh,
sure
the
you know
I
the
Don't
one. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's no good for
lottery's
you.
stupid.
No good for me. Yeah, the lottery is not improbable, it is impossible. This is your public service announcement from your friendly GSA announcers. Please don't tell me that in the back we almost got sponsored by the New York Lottery or something, and that's what costs it.
New York Lottery wants to sponsor a Mario 64 video game tournament. You know,
I don't know
wouldn't be
why, but
surprised.
they both get Lakitu skip, and here I am imagining a Patreon page for the New York Lottery. What is going on today? What is this match entirely? I mean, we knew going in that it was going to be a good match, but not for the reason that it has been so far.
Subscribe to our private Snapchat to see all the people we've screwed over with our false advertising.
Oh man.
Bazinga.
You're committed to that Patreon joke, just like these guys committed to that LBLJ, both getting it the second try. So Aki's starting out Dark World with a lead, but as we've seen before, that has been no indication
gone,
on the actual
edgier,
process.
but like, you know, we want to keep this family friendly.
And with that in mind, I'm sure there's a little kid out there like, wait, what is the New York lottery and why should I care about it? So
don't care about it, just
yeah. So that little kid, you don't have to care about it. We're going back to Mario now.
Let's
so
see if
Aki
will actually get Shig.
I don't.
There he goes.
Okay, so he has Shig.
Biinny's
Oh, Biinny
dead.
taking
Biinny's
a death.
dead.
What? I was too busy
Can I
watching
get, like-
Aki on that jump there that I didn't see what Biinny died on. What was that?
I actually don't know.
It must have
Maybe,
been like.
maybe it's like on that crystal path section where he's just doing the jump dives and he fell off there.
I think
or
it
maybe like
has to
doing the
have
long
been.
jump to the middle island. But I don't
It must
remember
have
what.
been.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was exactly. I just knew generally where he was.
Because I'm sure your mind is where mine was. I was dead set watching Aki, making sure that he got that kick instead of that dive there. And that's we've talked about the momentum and how exactly this game's movement works before, and that's what caused that right there. Aki just didn't slow down just enough for the game to do a kick instead of a dive. Same exact button presses, but. And it looks like on the actual stream, it's going to be coming up here in just a sec wherever Biinny took a death. My money's on Crystal Road, though, if I had to guess. So Aki, you know, taking a good 30 seconds.
Crystal Road?
See, I don't know.
Let's see where Biinny dies on the stream.
Oh, okay, it's going to be on the island.
I'm guessing the long jump now.
Yep, the long jump to the island is what got him. It's a big oof. And I wasn't expecting that. That's one of those long jumps where sometimes the perspective in this game just doesn't work quite right. And it's really the same with any 3D platformer. And that's one of those occasions. I thought he made it all the way until he actually got to the platform.
Yeah, I guess this is like how it looks, but like the hardest thing, Biinny doesn't want the key. Is he giving up? Is he just taking a sip of that Biinny brew to calm his nerves or something? Because like, why are you just not grabbing the key? Are you like trying to switch your controller or something in the meantime? A bit confusing. Commentator, a bit suspicious that Biinny doesn't even care about this third race, but I think you should. Aki's been playing really badly. I mean, I'll just say it, like, I don't know what's going on with Aki today. It's not the robot we're used to.
Someone claimed earlier that Aki must have let a friend play the first race for him. He might just be... Okay, this is a stretch, but hear me out here.
What have you done with our robot?
Hear me out here, but I think that the person playing on Aki's end is blindfolded, and Aki is in the room with him, shouting at him, telling him what to do.
That's almost as far out as some of
This
your other
actual
Mario theories, but I'll let
gameplay.
it fly.
That's almost as far out as Aki being beaten with a 17. Let's be realistic here. I never thought the day would come. Oh man.
What does WD stand for Biinny's like team or organization?
I mean, I'm sure it's whatever organization also makes the WD-40, I would hope. Oh, is he sponsored by Western Digital? That'd be pretty hype, but I don't think that's the case.
That's what I was thinking, like Western Digital? What? That's the only thing I know of WD.
Because I know, like, for instance, Fuzziness has a sponsorship that he's, like, giving away a Western Digital drive, I think, but... I don't know if the company itself is fully sponsoring speedrunners just yet. Aki, though, with a nice plus this time. Okay, so this is where so much time was lost last time around.
Oh,
but
no, he's up! He's on the roof of the pyramid now, he's gotta get... Wow, okay.
Finally getting through that scene. That is... ugh.
That was such a YOLO. If he meant, like, you have to be over the center. Biinny going back into Wombs when he needed to be going to basement.
And he didn't realize it for
mistake
a few
here.
seconds. So he was going for about half of those coins, and then he went, wait. And so meanwhile, Aki, this is the Aki that we've been expecting to see all day. He needed those 2 warm-up races, and here he is. You know, a couple of things maybe not going quite his way in this race in particular, but I mean, those major mistakes, those are finally getting ironed out. We're seeing the consistency lord that we've known and loved.
I think you might have just cursed him, like, for the rest of, like, I don't know. I just hope he doesn't die in LLL or something. That'd be, like, really weird.
That'd be
Okay,
a
Biinny
very strange
getting
death,
his
especially with him
Biinny-less
taking elevator.
TM.
Ooh, Biinny! I almost thought Biinny was gonna take that fall of shame. That would have been bad. If you don't watch a whole lot of Mario, Mario has to land on solid ground to collect the star. I think like if you fall all the way down in a level to the death plane, I think he does still collect it on the death plane, but somewhere before Mario can actually do the star grab animation, he has to hit a floor of some kind. If you don't get far enough in on that fence surrounding the star at the top of the pyramid, you will fall all the way to the bottom of the pyramid before actually collecting the star, and it is terrible. It's a good like 6-7 seconds, and it's just
it's not 6, but it's almost 4. It's pretty long.
it's long. It feels longer, especially when you're in the middle of it. You're just like, wait, why? Okay, Aki gonna be going for his triple jump wall kick now. Not even putting time into a setup or anything, just bam. That is...
Yeah, he just runs right into it. And he's actually gotten it pretty consistently this race, but it's been like Pillarless, Dark World, and Fire Sea that's been kind of screwing him over.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Aki that we've been hyping up this entire time. This is the man.
Yeah, he was a little brother, get off my N64. Look, I was supposed to play Biinny like an hour ago or like half an hour ago, and you're kind of being a jerk. I need to win these games, okay? And
you know that
he took his brother and he threw him out the window.
That must be what happened. That's the only logical explanation, is that Aki has a little brother that is getting into Mario speedrunning and was just playing on the console. That's the only thing that I can believe. Not even just come up with. That's the only thing I can believe.
All right.
So we've got Biinny boiling the big bully. Aki, meanwhile,
Yeah,
entering the volcano for his elevator star.
Yeah, Biinny's still behind, but he can at least try to stay in this game. And you know, if Aki makes mistakes like he did in the last 2 races, you know, Biinny's not out of this. He can definitely come back. So we'll see if he can pull off the rest of LLL cleanly. The MIPS clip in the second race was much better than the first, so that gives me hope that it was just a one-time thing that he's overcome. But we'll have to see how it goes.
I think it was just kind of like a... With a lot of these tricks, you have the muscle memory really built in
That was a
for
really good
doing
elevator.
it. That was, and especially that rollout was just super clean on the end. But with a lot of these tricks, it's like your muscle memory is programmed to come after something else. So like in Biinny's case, his muscle memory for making that MIPS clip is kind of dependent upon him just having grabbed MIPS. And so I'm sure that first time miss just threw him off of his rhythm, and that's what made him take so long for the redo. Just like right here, losing so much time on this redo. That was a terrible segue. Ignore me. But oh, and realizing that he didn't have a chance that time around, just too far away, not able to get the wall kick high enough on the fence. But this time around, third try is the charm. Yeah, that would have been a certain death otherwise. That to me is one of the roughest things about this game. Just the fact that the engine barely, just barely, will let you ledge grab after a wall kick with enough height like that. Yeah. And it's such a like huge thing with so many tricks. I think there's a good 2-3 that just completely depend on it. You can't do them otherwise.
And there's even some like single star varieties, like if you watch Rainbow Ride swinging in the breeze, it's this very difficult long jump and wall kick to a ledge grab that absolutely requires a second or third frame wall kick. Firstly, you get too much momentum. Fourth or fifth frame, not enough height. So it's literally comes down to a perfect frame wall kick.
And it's really rare to see a situation like that. Most of the time, the momentum between the second and fifth frames is similar enough that anything within that realm is going to behave about the same way. But
yeah, it's not like a second frame wall kick. You know, you make it across like a gap in like a fifth frame. It's like you just like stop and you go like 2 feet and then you fall all the way down. It's like No, they still actually behave in a way. Well, okay, let's get back to the run. Aki's on a pretty good one this time.
Yeah, and
DDD
Aki
at
with
an
that just
11-17,
Hooper clip.
which is the closer to 11 you are, like the better the run. If you're sub 11, it's a really good run. You know, Biinny not gonna be able to even get an 11 something. It's gonna be like a 12-15 maybe DDD entry at this rate.
Yeah, if
So
that,
we'll
and
have
that's
to
going to
see.
require a really good MIPS clip, both of them. You want Aki just with beautiful swimming and this,
Why does Biinny leave the triple box jump to last? I'm kind of surprised.
and just
Usually what people
cannot
wanna
get
get
his
out of the
hands
way.
on that star. Let's watch Biinny's movement here on this front sub though, because I just, yep, lag reduction
Aki?
again on that front sub. That is, what did I say Biinny there? My bad. You know, Aki deserves all of his name drop right there for that strat. That is just incredible. That must
Yeah.
require like an off-notch angle or something, because
I don't think so, but at the same time, it's very difficult to do the turn and like the lag reduction at the same time. You know.
because most runners
Aki
they'll
missing
just,
pole glitch again though. That's even more disconcerting. He hasn't gotten a single good fire seed this time, and if he can at least make early cycle, he can redeem himself. But Biinny has another chance to make up time, and Aki's not gonna be able to make it anymore. He's got too much dust.
rollouts.
This is kind of crazy. I feel like Aki just isn't hitting the buttons at the right time. Like, he probably is still doing the inputs properly. It's just like a frame too early or like a little bit too late in some cases.
I would almost certainly say too early, because with those rollouts, you do it a bit too late, and you'll just see a tiny bit of dust, and you know it won't be that much different. But too early, and obviously nothing happens. And that's one of the huge issues with like frame perfect tricks, or not necessarily frame perfect, but trying to hit something
Well,
on the
pole
earliest
glitches.
frame. Well, I guess
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is like hitting something on the earliest possible frame. That's one of the biggest issues with it. It's just you can't. There's no
Yeah, you
backup for
can
hitting it
do-
too early.
You can do a thing a frame too late 100 times, you know, like, I'd say just doing long jumps. You do it 100 times and, you know, it won't really matter. It's just like, oh, you lose like 1 frame maybe. But even so, like, long jump, you keep most of your speed. But if you do it 1 frame too early, all of a sudden you stop moving, everything's ruined, you know. It's terrible, so it's like, definitely want to not be doing stuff before it's possible. Whatever that makes sense. Biinny's actually on a good fire seed pace though. Can he make up this time over Aki? This is what he needs to get back into the race. Triple jump wall kick will work here, and can he get a good lag reduction? Oh, but this kind of sucks. His angle is kind of off. He's gonna have to long jump to the side here, correcting his camera, but it makes it work. So, props
And
to
Aki with
Biinny,
that
but
instant
Aki-
BLJ, you know, really good ending to his fire seat. Not quite making that early cycle, but he had enough of a lead that it's not really costing him a whole lot yet. Now, let's see how this BLJ goes. Yeah, he's in. Oh, wow,
Okay.
even getting that ledge grab entry, that is some beautiful movement right there.
Aki is still on high 16 pace.
Yeah,
So,
and-
not a
and he-
great run by his standards. But, you know, at least would be better.
actually, is he on high 15?
Oh no, high
pace?
15 pace, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
high
that
15.
seems a bit excessive. 16. I mean, this high 15 pace is something that a number of 16-star runners would die for. Like,
Yeah. You know, one run where Aki can at least get most of his strats and not die. And he's in the pipe, so 15:08 entry. His world record would already be done. It's that good.
that's
Biinny here
wild to
coming
think
up to
about.
bits, but Aki, since he's made it, if he hadn't made it into the pipe, I would say there's a chance, but now it's on throws, and Aki is probably just gonna ball out and hit him on right on the mark.
You know, and Biinny going
And that was
inside of the
a
grandfather
really fast
clock.
one spin. One more throw for Aki. No? Okay.
It's gonna come down
It's
to
still
throws.
15.
It's coming down to throws. Oh,
What?
but
Okay.
maybe not a 15
Aki
this
was
time.
he was really trying to get that 15. He really wanted it. He's trying to throw Bowser like as early as possible. Coming back to the conversation we had like a minute ago. But Biinny is not going to be able to do anything. Aki's going to take it 2-1.
Yeah, but I mean, I certainly going into this did not expect this to be a 2-1 outcome. And even then, I definitely did not expect this to be a 2-1 with that 1 being a 17 on Biinny's side. That is just we've gotta get at least Biinny in here for an interview about that.
Yeah, I
That's
thought Biinny would pull out like maybe like a mid 16. Aki would kind of mess up, get like a higher 16, or maybe Biinny would pull off a 15, which would barely beat Aki. I didn't think it was gonna be like one of his bad races was actually gonna beat Aki's, so pretty nuts.
That was a nuts
Aki losing his first point of the league, might even be his last.
Yeah, who knows?
I think Aki's probably gonna get at least 40 points in the league out of like 44 possible. Like if there was like, like there's a few people who could maybe do it, but I don't think anyone will. So we'll see if Biinny wants to come in for an interview after he finishes this race. No, probably not the gameplay he was looking for either.
Right, but certainly, I mean, getting any sort of win, even in those situations, a win is a win against Aki, so...
Yeah. And the missed throw. Again.
Just unfortunate. And especially, I mean, it's probably obvious to a number of people, but the farther you get away from those bombs, the less of a window you actually have to throw Bowser properly. Because, I mean, the farther away you are, the more one frame will make a difference in his angle and ultimately where he'll hit on the outside of the arena.
And also having to spin him faster to go farther makes it more difficult as well.
I wouldn't be surprised
so
if they're...
Biinny not even gonna... Well, will he get a 17? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's gonna just...
19, 18 flat.
Not even bothering to stop his timer. He is just completely done with this race, and I don't blame him. So let's see if we can get this guy in the call.
I think Biinny will be pretty happy to take one. We'll see if he wants to do it real quick. We got other games to go on to. Myler probably scheduling it thinking Aki was going to drop like 3 15-20s. Can't really blame him. But we are going to have some Mario Kart Double Dash. So I think Mario Double Kart MKDD is, if you haven't been watching it, it's pretty cool. Maybe try something new today.
Yeah, and
we'll
especially...
see if he wants to come in for an interview.
It looks like he's
not
not
really
going to
set
be
up to start an interview, so he's just gonna pass. Congratulations to Aki. Congratulations to Biinny on taking the first game off of Aki so far in the league. And we're gonna head to intermission. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Electric and everyone making this possible.
Oh, it's been a pleasure as always, Badronis, and yes, thank everyone for watching. If you're not a huge fan of glitches, I would definitely recommend sticking around for that Double Dash race coming up. Double Dash is a very tech-heavy game, but it's not anywhere near as broken as some of the other Mario Karts, so no matter what, just stick around. It's gonna be fun. And as always, thanks for watching this race.